Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome back to Red's Homestead. Well, that winter chill, it came back. Spring is now over, or false spring is now over, and second winter has arrived, at least for a few days. And boy, is it windy. I'm having to hide under here in the racking house area just to try to stay out the wind. You can see we covered these up. It's now the second time we've covered them up because they've already blown off entirely. The snow is starting to gust and I've got a lot of work to do. But walking out here this morning kind of brought me onto my topic of today's video, in a sense, as the downsides to homesteading. Well, one's the weather. The weather can be a major downside. And these are just things that I've realized, we're 8 months in, or almost 8 months in now. So this is the things that we've just seen the first 8 months. Weather. Freezing cold, working outside. It's no fun. Especially raining, freezing cold outside. No fun. And windy, no fun. You can see, I don't even know if you can see, my garden. Well, yeah, the covering on my garden is not very good anymore. And the wind has actually blown my tunnels all the way down the hill. So I have to go grab those because I did not zip tie those yesterday. The good thing is they're still in one piece, so I need to grab some zip ties, and hopefully I don't lose this camera 1,000 times by falling over. I'm gonna finish up the rest of these garden beds and get these back stapled down. Another downside to homesteading that I figured out, well, didn't just find out, but what we've experienced so far is some things are just nasty. Poop can be nasty, but a perfect example, check out the video that Shannon did the other day of a good example of nasty. And I'm gonna finish this up while you watch that.
Good afternoon. So today's not much of a fun day because I've got to clean up the chicks. There's so many in here, and no matter how many times I have shavings, how many times I clean it out, there's so much poop. Like, this breed eats so much. This is our first set of meat chickens, by the way. This was David's idea to begin with. Personally, I would wish they were outside at this point, so hopefully in a week we can get them outside. But now I get to clean all their bottoms. Fun.
See, look at that, that's gross. And it's not healthy for them either.
So that is what I would consider nasty. And thankfully it was my wife doing it, not me. At some point in time, you're gonna get poop on yourself. And I don't know anybody that actually enjoys that. Another downside to homesteading is if you have a larger property, like we're on 5 acres, it takes a lot longer to find the things you lose. I lose stuff. If you've watched this channel at all, I lose stuff all the time. For example, I know that I have an extension cord, a red and black extension cord that I need to find because I need to get the heat lamps set up in my greenhouse because it's going to be dropping into the low 20s. I have no idea where that thing is. So now I got to go search the barn, the workshop. I've already looked in the house, and at our old place, when you were on half an acre in the suburbs, it was either in the house or in the garage. That's it. Here it's could be everywhere. Looks like the wood chipper's getting uncovered too. Got that fixed. Now to keep the search on for the extension cord. Well, I found the extension cord. I think I'm gonna switch that one out for this green one that I have running up to my cameras, because this green one's a little bit longer. So I'm gonna use that one instead. And now that I've gotten the extension cord, gotta go all the way back to the greenhouse to plug everything up. So this greenhouse is actually staying nice and toasty. It's about 32 outside, and I don't know if you can see this, but it's reading about 56 degrees in here. So as long as there's sun, this greenhouse stays nice and warm. And of course the surge protector's not in here, so now I have to go find that. And what do you know? There's the surge protector I need. Your tip for using these cheaper greenhouses that you get like on Amazon, don't use stakes. Take a rebar, slam it into the ground on all the corners, maybe even on the sides. Look at that. Yeah, or you're gonna lose this thing. Just like over there, I lost my tarp. I guess it's the neighbor's tarp now, so the dirt's just gonna be exposed. Luckily, we shouldn't be getting any more rain. Another downside is just the upfront cost on some things. If you've been watching my channel, you know I'm pretty stingy, but sometimes you just have to buy stuff, and it could be a whole lot of money. Like the racking house, for example. The racking house costs about 800 bucks if I remember correctly to get it all framed out, and it's still not the best shaped thing. You can probably hear it. That's the roof flapping because the tin is so old, it's broken off, and I have to go out there now with the ladder and screw that back in. 300 bucks, hardware cloth and wood. Stuff that I can't just, you know, mill. I mean, I could technically, it would a year, but you know, I need to build a rabbit tractor, and this is my supplies for the rabbit tractor. Wood costs today is just insane. $8 a board. But luckily, a lot of this is just up front. I won't have to build that again for a long time unless I really want to expand. And then the only reason I would expand is if it's paying for itself. There's your sneak preview. That's my rabbit tractor. And my notes as I was making them. Annoyed because it was so cold and windy outside. But future video. So, I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, and I apologize for anyone named Nancy that has that saying named after him. But the good far outweighs the bad. And the first good, the obvious good, is the food. So we got our first eggs the other day. well, actually quite a while ago, but we finally got enough to actually have a breakfast. We had 4 eggs. I think it's the same one, just doing it over and over again. We haven't quite figured that one out. But Shannon and I was able to have a nice little breakfast of eggs. And knowing exactly what went into making those eggs, what we fed them, how they grew up, knowing exactly what went into those eggs, and they were delicious. That's awesome to know. The second one I would say is just the space and the privacy. And we're not even that private of a homestead. I mean, there's a few 100 yards between houses, but 5 acres is really all that private. There's those 20 acres, things like that out there, and even larger. But if you come from a suburb, like a subdivision, on a half acre, and you can almost reach out your window and touch your neighbor's house, this seems more like privacy. Except if you fall off a ladder while trying to fix something on the roof, there's not many people that can help you or see you. So I guess there's a downside of that as well. If you like the beauty of nature, animals, plants, things like that, you can't get more than on a farm or a homestead. Just looking at, the trees blooming right there. I think those are Bradford pears, maybe. Not 100% sure, but they don't smell like fish. And I thought, if I remember, Bradford pears smell like a fishy smell when they start blooming. And those don't have it, so I don't know. But it's just gorgeous. When it was autumn and the maples were turning red, it's beautiful. And at the all the irises are coming up and blooming. Yeah, this is spring is right around the corner, and things are just getting gorgeous. And then animals. If you love animals, well, you can deal with them every day if you want to. The roof is fixed, or patched, I should say. It's still all wonky, but no more flapping. I'm sure the rabbits and the chickens will be much appreciated, and I'll have to listen to that all day, every day. So you're welcome, ladies. Did you already leave me? No, there they are. Thought they left me, went back inside, but they're braving the weather. They've been stuck inside all morning. Why am I putting dirt in a bucket? Let me show you. Live worms. So these aren't the ones that you would use for like a worm casing, worm farm. These aren't the red wigglers. These are just large earthworms, because this is more for the garden. I haven't seen a single worm almost at all on this property, just digging around, maybe a handful. So what I'm gonna do, they could probably survive in this bag, I guess, for a while, but I think they survive like a week or so without food or water, but I don't want to take the chance, so I'm just putting them in a bucket of dirt. I'm not putting them outside yet because it's going to be in the 20s, so I'm just going to keep them in this little bucket until it warms up into the 50s, 40s, 50s. Then I'm going to introduce them to the garden. This is kind of like something you see in a horror movie. That is cool. Looks like a lot of them are still wriggling around, but it should be okay. Never thought I'd say this, but I need to water my worms. Some people grow cows, I'm growing worms. So another thing that's really positive, especially if you do this full time, is family. You can do everything with your family when we're homesteading, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the worms that I got?
No.
Check these out. You gotta love it. All right, look in here. Yep. See when you peel these back? Look at all those worms. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Did that tree over there fall?
What tree?
The tree over there, did that fall?
That one fell when we had the snowstorm. I just haven't chopped it up yet. So what are you up to?
Just to come out.
Yeah? You want to see where your ball went?
My ball?
Come take a look where I saw your ball. down. Oh, where'd it go?
pop?
There it is.
Did it pop?
Nope, it doesn't look like it popped. It's way down there.
Let's go see it.
Alright. Aren't you cold? You need a jacket? You sure?
I know I need a jacket. If I
Alright.
would, I would be warm.
Too cool for jackets, huh? Look at these pretty purple things. Purple flowers. I don't even know what they are.
Nice one.
Yeah, look at this.
I'd be warm if I had a jacket.
They're like all around this
I'm just
area.
kind of cold. That's all.
You're kind of cold?
Yeah, I'm just used to the cold. That's the
Oh, okay.
thing.
I wonder if those are part of the hollies. With all this wind,
You would think it would pop.
yeah, I'd think it would pop, but I'd also think that this tree that's dangling
Take it, take it,
by the vine
take it. Boom.
would have fallen. But
That's heavy.
look at that thing swinging. Oh. Swinging left. I'm gonna warm up now. 'Cause that just chilled me to the bone. Adios.